Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this Circular Economy Program briefing. I am Irini Gereon, the lead of Circular Economy Communications, and together with me, I have
Brendan Edgerton, Director of Circular Economy.
Irene Martinetti, Circular Economy Manager.
Cyril Durand, lead of the Circular Plastic and Packaging Project.
Thank you all. Let me start with Brendan. I would like to ask you a little bit more about the objective of this program briefing and, of course, telling us a little bit the focus areas and the value proposition of the program.
Of course, thank you, Irene. We hope this session provides you with some initial insights into the WBCSD Circular Economy Program and the value that it's creating for our members. Ideally, after watching this, you'll take us up on our invitation to join the full program briefing as part of the virtual liaison delegate meeting to learn more about the individual work streams from the rest of the team. We have a lot of information that we want to share in this relatively brief session, so let's get started. The circular economy is one of the 6 system transformations that WBCSD recognizes as necessary to achieving a world in which 9 billion people can live well within the means of the planet. Across the program, we convene more than 60 companies across 3 projects and another 60 through our service arm, the CE Hub, to assist their transition towards more circular business. Through Factor 10, Circular Plastics and Packaging, the Circular Electronics Partnership, and the CE Hub, our members join the program to co-develop standards, tools, policy asks, and novel insights towards circularity. Further, they steer the direction of the program, projects, and work streams by sharing their priorities and convening companies across value chains and industries. Ultimately, by 2025, as a circular economy program, we want to assist over 1,000 companies in their circular transition. And in doing so, engage at least 100,000 professionals in the process, ultimately driving scale of circularity globally.
Thank you, Brendan. Irene, Brendan talked about Factor 10 project. Could you give us a little bit more information around that and what makes the work under this project useful and attractive for businesses and other stakeholders?
Sure, thank you, Irene. Global resource use has tripled since 1970, and they will double again by 2060. If we continue along this pace, we will need the equivalent resources of 2 planet Earths by 2030. If we want to stay within the means of our planet and address the growing environmental and social pressures that we face today, we have no other choice than transitioning away from our take, make, waste linear economy towards a fully circular economy. This will require new business models, new policies, new financial instruments, technologies, as well as a profound change in our mindsets. While today our world is only 8.6% circular, the circular economy presents a 4.5 trillion USD opportunity by 2030. And a growing number of businesses are already making the shift. Integrating circular economy into a company's business strategy opens opportunities to improve sales, reduce costs, to strengthen customer and employee relationships, and it can mitigate risk related to linear material sourcing. To achieve a circular economy, we must improve eco-efficiency of materials by more than a factor of 10. Launched in 2018 with 25 companies, today WBCSD Factor 10 project brings together over 35 companies from more than 15 industries and countries. Through a combination of systemic and value chain specific work streams, members can tackle multiple circular barriers within one single project. Today, our members are working together to co-develop solutions around circular metrics, policy, and deep dive into specific value chain challenges like the bioeconomy and buildings. For the metrics work, our working group is reconvening after the launch of version 2.0 of the circular transition indicators a little bit earlier this year to further optimize the framework. In policy, our members are drafting policy asks on the circular economy to encourage impactful policy development in the public sector. In bioeconomy, we convene member companies to create alignment and solutions that enable to scale up the use of secondary biomaterials, contributing overall to the transition to a circular economy. Lastly, for the buildings work, the circular economy and cities and mobility programs are collaborating with the World Green Building Council to establish the business case for circular buildings.
Thank you, Irene. Cyril, circular plastics and packaging is a rather new project into the circular economy program. Can you tell us what is the key success factor of this project and what are the main challenges?
Sure, Irini. If we keep the business as usual scenario, it is estimated that by 2050, each year, over 400 million tons of plastic will end up in the environment. At WBCSD, we have the vision that 100% plastic will be circular and sustainable by 2050. Our project, Circular Plastic and Packaging, is a global coalition helping companies to accelerate solutions towards our vision. Our value proposition stands in 3 points. We need to develop standards to measure how much plastic and packaging are circular and sustainable at the product level and at the company level. We need to build a coalition along the supply chain to encourage and align the disclosure of plastic footprinting. And last, we need to develop transition to circularity roadmap per product use area that are usable, concrete, and scalable. And we have started with a pilot on B2B chemical product. There are barriers that we need to overcome to solve the plastic waste challenge. I mean, these are the lack of economic incentive for all value chain sectors, heterogeneous policy landscape, a lack of alignment at global voluntary initiative. As today, we have 25 companies that have joined our project. We have plastic producers, converters, brand owners, recyclers. They are participating in one or more of our 5 work streams. They are engaged to bring their share to or in solving plastic waste challenge. So please join us. We will value very much your participation. Thank you.
Thank you, Cyril. Brendan, previously you mentioned about the Circular Electronics Partnership. Is this a WBCSD project? What is it exactly and how can companies be engaged with that?
Of course. Yeah, I guess in response to your question, the Circular Electronics Partnership is an independent initiative hosted by WBCSD. So CEP is an alliance between 6 organizations that you see in the bottom right corner of the screen and convenes the biggest names in tech to catalyze the industry transition towards circularity. Through 2020, the 6 organizations plus ITU convened more than 80 professionals and 30 companies to develop a circular vision for the industry and a roadmap for how to achieve it. Since publishing both resources in March, CEP has switched focus from planning to action in kicking off 6 projects, including those that you see on the left-hand side of the screen. Also on this date, CEP evolved from an informal alliance to a formal partnership between these companies and organizations. Serving as a pre-competitive industry platform, CEP will establish a network of networks that elevates the action and ambition of the industry in a coordinated way. Things are just beginning to ramp up now as the projects are getting started, so it's a perfect time to get involved. Of course, we welcome anyone along the electronics value chain to reach out and learn more.
Very interesting. Within the Circular Economy Program, we also have a services platform, the Circular Economy Hub. Irene, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Of course. The Circular Economy Hub aims at mainstreaming circular economy amongst WBCSD membership. This is a service to all members and is about spreading the knowledge and the thought leadership that is developed under WBCSD Circular Economy projects, essentially giving the opportunity to a broader audience to become familiar with main concepts within the circular economy. As part of CU Hub, we issue the Circular Views podcast series. These are podcasts that provide an opportunity for WBCSD members to deep dive into one of our circular economy projects, as well as for external audiences to familiarize with our work on the circular economy. You can find all episodes on our website, on Spotify or iTunes. Also, within the Hub, we partner with external organizations to bring WBCSD and our members' work to international events, such as Circularity 21 and the World Circular Economy Forum.
Thank you all. Maybe in summarizing, Brendan, can you share a little bit how the work in this program relates to the work of WBCSD as a whole?
Yeah, of course. So as many have probably seen by now, the new Vision 2050 refresh that was published is embedded with many references to circular economy and circularity. And it's very clear that we will not achieve our Paris Agreement, we will not achieve our biodiversity goals, and we won't achieve our Vision 2050 without moving towards a more circular economy. And this is spanning across all pathways from energy, food, living spaces to products and materials. It's going to be critical that we increasingly embed circularity into what we produce, what we consume, and how we recover it at end of life. Well, we're working with our companies now through this circular economy program, and the projects and service mentioned today is equipping companies to move quicker towards circularity and provide the tools, the standards, and the platform to develop the solutions that they need to enable their own transition. And it really is through collaboration across industries and value chains that companies will be able to achieve that. So we welcome companies across WBCSD's membership to check out the more complete full program briefing as part of the LD meeting. And of course, reach out to any of us for more information in trying to get involved. But I think that's it for us. And thank you very much for joining today.
Thank you all. That was very, very informative. Thank you.
Thank you.